happy day. Oh, I had a lighter somewhere. Oh, it's. Hi, happy day. Thank you for visiting my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miriam. I'm a numerologist, and some people have me as their oracle. Some people just tune in and watch my videos or whatever. This is vanilla bean skin. I had vanilla beans and I was scooping out the guts of it, and I was like, well, what am I going to do with this? So I've been drying them out and burning them. I highly recommend. It smells a bit like a Black and Mild. For the past few videos that I've been doing, I have been reading my Akashic Tarot. And I'm going to do that again today. And that is simply because her and I are getting along. And it seems like she has stuff she wants to say and share. And I like the things that she says and how she says them. I was never, I keep saying this, but I was never really a tarot person, I guess. Until my mom gave me this not too long ago. So, just like all decks, there are suits and all of that. Okay. Yesterday we pulled 4 of keys, clearing the way. So, I literally just am trying to shuffle, but I'm not good at it. So this did come out, and I'm gonna listen to her and repeat this because it kind of reminds me of how the other reading I did had the Archangel Uriel and the Sphinx my 2 readings. So I like a little gradient in my readings. But 4 keys clearing the way, and then I'm gonna just talk. And whatever comes out until it feels like she's not letting any more out. But, yeah, essentially this is how I help explain to you or provide to you the message from the Akashic Records. It's Akashic Tarot. Ever since since I can remember, I feel like I have had access to the stories from the Akashic Records. That doesn't necessarily mean that, like, gotta stop looking at the screen. The screen's over there. I don't know. It's just like not necessarily the records themselves, but I'll just tell people stuff, and I'll be talking to people, and they'll be like, how do you know that? And I'll be like, I'm just talking. Okay? I don't know how I know anything. Oh, sheesh. That was almost the whole deck. I'm going to stop right here and get this top card, which is, in reverse, 7 of Roses, the Journey. Something in reverse came out. I didn't know anything in here was in reverse. Hey, that's tripping me out. That being said, if you are here, whatever message is going to be coming out of these cards or whatever is for you. Like, if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. That's fine. I'm just here to provide it to the people who are currently listening for the message themselves. You know what I'm saying? This one came out. The King of Forces. Not in reverse. I'm going to see about doing one more card because I do love me. Technically, I could just do the bottom of the deck, but I love 4 as a number. I say that, and then the bottom of the deck just like, she was like, me. So I am going to let it be the bottom of the deck because I was shuffling. It was like just sticking out the one card like this. And I listened to her. You were so cute. Okay. Birth, 4. Give you a little look at my spread here. 4 clearing the ways, or 4 of keys clearing the way. 7 of roses in reverse. The journey in reverse. The king of forces and birth. And it's so funny. Look at this. It's number 4. I said I like the number 4. I can't make that up. That's for me. That isn't really any of y'all's business, but I'm letting you know that this is why I like this specific tarot deck. I literally never resonated with tarot and like reading tarot until this deck. So, anywho, that being said, 4 of keys. There is a current time where you were like, boom, there's your home. You're right here, and this is in the way. This is y'all's path that's already been there, you know? But this tree fell over. Now it's time to cut open that little road. And also maybe look at the surrounding trees. See what's going on. 4 is the number of stability. 4 is the number of foundation and master building. So, if 4 is around, say that this man here, his name is 4. If he's 4, or say he has an attitude number of 4, then he's going to be somebody who's like, saw this tree fall. Why did that tree fall? Follow the reason why. Might notice some root rot or something. And then be like, let's look at the surrounding trees to make sure this doesn't happen again. And if it is going to fall, we're going to make sure it timbers the right way so it's not blocking the road. And then we have stuff for later. The keys to this man is his horse and carriage. These are 4 keys. Horse and carriage, his gal, his axe, himself. Okay? So keep that in mind. That's what you have in your life. Do you have a car? And if you don't, do you have a mode of transportation? Like a bus? Your feet? Are you, if you're not capable of walking, then that's, you know, a lot of places, if you do have disabilities and you're unaware of this, a lot of places have, like, if you have, like, Medicaid, then they give you rides and stuff. It does take a little extra work, and it can be difficult when you're already dealing with stuff, you know? I'm sure he is very tired from his long ride or whatever. And he just want to get home like all of us. Some people just be driving crazy in traffic. This 7 of roses. Be careful in traffic. I don't know why I said that. Oh, it's be mindful in traffic. The journey in reverse. 7 of roses. So it's like all these people are preparing for a journey. Like to set sail on the sea. And people know that, look, the sun, it's either rising or setting. Seems like more of a rising because of the color. There's a purpose behind this journey. Like, these people aren't just like packing up and going and choosing to go off to sea for no reason. They're doing it because there's a new world out there for them. But it's coming out in reverse, almost like you don't believe it's for you, or maybe you're, see, because like when 7 is upside down, it's like a hook in, it's like flat, but it's still like, look at this, that's quite the impaling force. Sometimes it's still, if you look at it from a different direction, almost hangman, now it's pointing to a different direction. Before, when 7 was flipped the other way, it was pointing straight across, so you're just looking like this, but now you're looking like this, and all of a sudden, you have a new perspective, because you hadn't looked up, and if you had just looked up, because sometimes we're looking for stuff. It's like you looked up and noticed the ocean was there. It's almost like you feel like you're not prepared or something. Do you feel like you're not ready to take the journey? Oh! Okay. On the ground. It says if it lands on the floor, it means ×4. Hey. I know I just knocked that out of my own hands. I'm aware of my own lack of coordination. Are you afraid to go on this journey? I mean, I'd be too. Look at how big that ocean is. It looks like it gets swallowed up by the sky. I'd be scared too. Mm-mm-mm. Let me check on that. I really want to read that one before I continue. And if you want to know the reading of the Four of Keys, in my last episode I read it out, but if I feel called to read it again, I will. Okay, Seven of Roses, the journey. Okay, so it landed on 151, which lets me know that I think. You know what? I'm going to read both anyway. Okay. This is how it came out. My throat is. This happened a lot to readers lately. A lot of readers are getting like. And, it just feels like to me, it's because, like, when it is a mass awakening, people who are the mouthpieces. Ooh, I love saying that word because that's what Mia says. And I told her I was gonna steal it, and I'm gonna keep stealing it, and I love her. Anyway, mouthpieces of the divine are often having throat chakra issues lately, and that's because, in general, people have been silenced in a lot of ways. I know I'm going on a tangent, but this is clearly about this is for somebody. Maybe you're really feeling silence right now, and it's almost like you're silenced by the noise of so much going on. You're sitting here trying to, like, everybody's like, no, I know the answer, and you know the solution. Like, you're like, hey guys, listen to me. You even tried screaming and being like, listen to me. I have the answer. And in the movies, usually everybody shuts up. The whole cafeteria, the whole auditorium, the whole football field, the whole stadium shuts up just to hear you. But then the roar just continues as if you weren't even as you were screaming it, you were like, am I even making noise? Because there's so much noise going on in the world right now. And maybe you feel like, look, you are the chosen one. You are. But you're not going to save the world all by yourself. Okay? You're going to prepare. You're going to figure things out. It's not going to be like, I mean, literally, even I'm on the internet right now. And somehow you're getting comfort from this. You do that. You find comfort. You're able to cope with this insaneness. And there's this song by Jenna Reed. She says, and if you're losing your voice, and if you're losing your voice from screaming too loud, you can turn the volume down. Okay? She sings it way better. Go check out Jenna Reed. JENNARIE. And also, January, if you are seeing this somehow for some reason, please make karaoke versions of your songs. Jeez, this is like no joke. It's like phlegmy, dry, dehydrated. Are you pouring into your own cup? Whenever you're speaking those words, are those words hydrating you? Ooh, I look at the clock. It's 7:27 on my oven. Okay? The journey. I'm reading the upright and the reverse. Here, I'll just leave it upright while I'm reading the upright. A seaport teems with activity as cargo is loaded off and onto many different ships. Two women are on a small tender boat. Two women on a small tender boat are on their journey to the great ship that will take them on their journey. Two men with their trunks and cases wait to follow. This card shows a time up for a journey, a move, or a relocation. That's been going on a lot. You may be taking your work or creative endeavors in a whole new direction, whether figuratively to a new industry or literally to a new city. However this journey occurs, It is sure to take you to new places and greater opportunities. Although it may require leaving something safe behind, this is not the time for staying safe in the harbor. It's time for finding and exploring new worlds. So get packed. This almost reminds me a little bit of yesterday's reading. Anyway, okay, in reverse, because that's how it came out. Like, none of my cards come out reversed. Only because it's a brand new deck, so this is like the first reverse card that came out, so I'm a little excited. Anyway, reversed, reverse, reverse. A journey or move may be delayed or canceled. If you've been looking to change, expand, or diversify your work, now may not be the right time. But don't worry, you haven't lost the opportunity for new discoveries, new travels, and new places. It's merely been delayed. Be patient and attend to what lies before you in the present. Your ship will return again when the time is right. You know? It's like, so it's either you're the two women who are on the way to the boat, or you're the guys on the thing waiting for the boat to return, or you're already the people who are on the boat. But either way, you're in the queue. I think it's also difficult for people to. Okay, so it's roses too. They always say, like, give people their flowers while they're alive or something like that. There's a saying. But it's like, if there is a winner, there's always going to be a loser. Or if there's somebody who's first, that means there's going to be somebody who's second, and then. But ultimately, we are all just in a waiting room, and something big is coming for you. This big journey, this big change, and you can feel it. But it's also like, when you are going out onto this boat, even like the packing and like here, you're on the dock with all your stuff. After you packed it all up in your house, lugged it from your place, and this is back in the time when you had to travel by boat. So think about it now, whenever we have planes and stuff, and we could like really we got suitcases that are really good, zoop, zoop, and then we're off. But like, there is still steps along the journey to get to this point. And everybody's in a different phase of their journey right now. Some people are on this big boat and you're like, oh man, I can't wait to get on that freaking big boat. And then you get on this little boat and you get seasick. I'm running the big boat and you're like, oh God, no, now I'm dreading the big boat. I get seasick. And then turns out you get on the big boat and you're fine. Who knows? Just understand the present moment that you're in with your journey. It's still the journey. Like, just because you're not set sail on the sea doesn't mean that the sun hasn't risen on you for you to now, it's the day for you to start packing up and waiting to go. Okay? It's okay to wait for a little bit, but you're right. You're right. Something is coming. And it's like, and it feels good. It feels big, doesn't it? Okay. I swear these keep getting longer and longer. I just can't help it. The King of Forces. I notice here these animals in the creek. This buck here, a wolf, and a bunny. This is a king, I'm assuming. But he's not really dressed in like super kingy garbs, the King of Forces. It's almost like he's the king of these forces. The forces like of himself. How is he the stag? How is he the wolf? How is he sometimes the bunny? And how is he the running stream? How all the three of these beings, or all four of these beings, can find something in common, perhaps drinking from the stream. Further back, you see this like huge like nebula, but it almost looks like a mushroom cloud, but it's like the vastness of space. So you can see the vastness of space. And even this kind of has like this current, almost like a waterfall, and meets the river. The vastness of space and the closeness of this, the grass and the leaves and the trees and the man and the beings and the sky. The King of the Forces, this man has learned how to master it all, and master it so much so that things that often don't go together are able to go together. Perhaps that's maybe this is you. Maybe you're the king of forces where, like, oftentimes people are like, oh, that, like, mustard and Twizzlers. Ew. But for some reason it tastes good. I don't know. Like, there's something like, it's more than duality and dichotomy. It's oneness. It's almost like this is like where you're at. It's like this king decided, let me go out in nature and be off in my garbs. Anyway, I can only imagine how much y'all can see right now. Okay, pink forces. Hello? The king of forces. Oh, 187. A man standing by a stream is surrounded by different animals of the woods. The power of nature is all around him, and the earth below his feet, the water running by, and the star-filled nebula in the sky above. Yet he is also a force himself, exerting calming influences on the wolf and the rabbit, which are natural enemies. Upright, this card indicates the presence of a man who has a powerful and positive energy. He comes with good intentions, gentleness, and honesty. Gentleness and honesty resonate from him. If you don't know this man yet, his energy will be coming into your life soon. He could bring support or a special project, a work issue, or just your life in general. He may also be a possible love interest. So in order to be open to receiving a man of honor, make sure you engage in honoring and being tender toward yourself. For you or a man around you, there could be a position coming in any of the careers natural to the king of forces, such as electronics, astronomy, physics, geology, alternative fuel, any of the earth sciences, and new industries in environmental care. Any activity connecting with earth energy and nature are beneficial to you at this time. Oh, I'm running out of breath. Whether you are male or female, this also reveals an important side of yourself. Feel the balance and beauty of nature and know the powerful forces always moving within and around you. Just in case. Wow. So, I mean, maybe that is something that you do. Maybe you're going to be like making an app. That's what's coming to my mind. Maybe you're making an app. I mean, maybe you're discovering planets. Even whenever it comes to physics, you just might want to talk about physics. Like, you just like talking about quantum physics or something. But especially like earth sciences or environmental care. That might be something, like, you might be the person who's like really wants to throw litter back in people's car at them. You know? But you balance that, and instead you then find ways to get people like in car trash cans that will make reusable bricks or something. Okay. Lastly, we have birth, 4. Also, so we have 4, 7. That's a 2, 4, and a 6, and then a 6 of forces in the waterfall. So I notice 2 little children running hand in hand, a boy and a girl, a doggy, with spring flowers. Look at her, she's dressed so lovely. Perhaps it's like, hey, spring is here. The sun is like, this is almost like golden hour. But what are these back here? What are these pillars? Oh, you can't see it at all. Okay. I wonder how many of those you couldn't have seen this whole time. Doesn't matter. It's like the reminder that spring is here. It's like, and look, they're running barefoot. They're having a good time. This is a nice fresh meadow. I'm choosing to run into the sun. You know this right here? Ooh! And it going high like that. What I was about to say is, I had a lot of trauma as a kid. So this, I'm just going to talk about myself. I had a lot of trauma as a kid, and as I was doing some inner child healing, one day I had this vision, and there she was, little me, smiling and happy, the little me before she had trauma, the little person that existed before all the bullshit happened. And she grabbed my hand, and we ran around, and then she started running, and I knew not to chase her. Oh, I'm sweating a little bit. Okay. I knew not to chase her. I just knew to watch her. And she ran, and she ran, and she ran into the sun. And I cried, and I felt joy, because it was almost like I had to mourn the loss of the little girl that existed before the darkness of the world. The darkness of the world got a hold of her. And sometimes, like a lot of times with birth, like to become a parent, you have to let go of the life that you had before. Unless you were running around holding a bag of flour and still pretending to have a baby this whole time, your life is going to be different. It's a change. And that little girl's still happy. They're still happy. They're still joyful. It's still her running off and me saying goodbye to that. Also, let me acknowledge her for the first time. Of, hey, this is the core of your being. And it can have you running up to the sun. Even Icarus can do that. Birth for. Is this a major arcana? This is a major arcana of the deck, by the way. For page 51. It did land on the reverse side first on the page, so I am going to read both. The sun shines upon a plain in England where stands an ancient hinge in the distance and a grove of birch trees nearby. Are you sure this is the hinge? Birch trees. Upon many of the trees is carved the old Celtic ogham letter Bieth, which represents the birth of the birch tree and stands for birth. Yeah, I'm dyslexic. A beautiful woman walks forward carrying a basket while two children run happily toward her. With this card, it's time to start anew, perhaps an actual birth, or at least a metaphorical one. An old phase is phasing away and a new one begins. Oh! But even this new beginning has its roots in your deepest histories and your past lives. Oh my gosh. There may be some labor involved, but it's a labor that bears fruit. This card is associated with fertility, sensuality, and motherhood. There may be new energy in a romance, the family, or the home. You could be giving birth to a creative project too. Whatever it is, celebrate. Prepare for the wonderful growth and opportunities that are about to come. I've never read this card. Again, this is a new deck. um, but me even saying that story and all of that first and then reading that was just like very validating for me. Um, because again, there are so many times that I have tried to read tarot for people and I'm like, it just ain't it. Like I'll even try and read the card and be like, oh, well, let me interpret it, and it just ain't it. But these, okay, the reversed. I'm gonna just show you reverse just in case. With this card reversed, you may find challenges or delays with a pregnancy or romance. There may also be some difficulties for one of your children or between you and a child. It could be possible that a child may be leaving for college or going away. Feelings of lovelessness or an unfulfilled desire for home and family may be present as well. Be strong and tap the boundless love within. It is a force that can change everything. Sometimes birth, reversed, indicates a difficulty in finding your purpose, which requires investigation now. You may be surprised to find clues about your future purpose by looking into your past, or even your past lives, and even your past lives. Keep looking and don't be dismayed. Your new purpose is waiting to be born. Finally, this card reversed could also show a delay with other new beginnings, such as new jobs and creative projects. In some cases, it's simply that an external opportunity has not presented itself yet. It could also signal that you must work harder and gather your courage to take the first step. Still, this reversal doesn't mean an end to your new start. It just might require finding a different way to go about it. Close your eyes. Now, I want you to imagine yourself stepping into the proverbial pregnant moment. Feel the creative forces popping and sparking within and around you. What would you like to create with this energy? What comes up with that, especially with this whole combination, is that you have really put in the work. You've really put in the work to, or even just to start, even just to think to start the journey, you know? You've been diligent, you've looked within, but it is still like, yeah, I'm doing the things, I'm meditating, I'm doing the stuff, but it's like, you still might feel maybe a little lacking is the word those are the words. But it is true, like, so people who are pregnant, and whenever they get pregnant, it's like, oh, yay, baby, woohoo. And then, like, once you're near the end of pregnancy, you're like, get it out of me. But I was born like 2 weeks late. And then I was born early. You know? Like, I was 2 weeks past my due date, but then they sent my mom home, and then on the way back to the hospital, because she had woken up, and I was crowning. And I was born in the front seat of a Cadillac, 5 minutes away from the hospital. So, you know, sometimes you're late, sometimes you're early, sometimes you're both. And what I want to say is you're ahead of your time. Yeah, you're ahead of your time, but it is because your soul misses living in your purpose so much, not only from past lives, but like, yeah, and even whenever we talk about past lives, look, we could talk about the time that you were Queen Elizabeth, okay? You could talk about the time that you were Leslie Jones. You could talk about whatever. But in this life, as your current name, whatever it is, you have already had so many past lives. I know that you can think of eras like high school and maybe, I don't know, school stuff. But yesterday you were a different person. Like, there's a lot of like, oh, ego stuff and like, disconnected from all these things. There's a lot of esoteric stuff, but essentially each day you wake up, God willing, and then you get to decide what your day is. Every day you wake up, and some days it's a day to wake up and lug all your luggage, lug your luggage off to the, what is it, the bay, waiting for the boat to come, take you off to your new world. But some days you're just on the way. Your ticket or whatever is on the 17th, and it ain't the 17th yet, so you still have to wait. I don't know why I chose to say the 17th. You know what? Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year is on the 17th. Mardi Gras on the 17th. The day after that is Lent and Ramadan, I believe. So yeah, it is a big energy. Solar eclipse in Aquarius. So just trust what your journey is. Trust what your birth is, because I feel like you know what's up. Like, not all the way. You don't know what it is or why it is or how it's gonna be, but you know something is gonna happen, and maybe perhaps because of like things that have happened to you in your past that you feel like that is gonna be bad, but it's a new era and it's not gonna be bad. Even if it's hard work, it's not gonna be bad. It's gonna be tiring. You're gonna sleep so good after doing that work. I would say you'd be sleeping like a baby, but babies don't sleep well. We know this. That's a common thing we know, is that babies are loud in the night sometimes. Most of the times. A lot of people have loud babies. But I just want to remind you all, this here is also her. This is that little girl. And she's nurturing that. She's giving the flowers. Even the little boy, maybe the little boy himself too. And not only just talking about transits, of course, but also when it comes to humans, we all have male and female in us, and a lot of times what happens with us is that we get so caught up in being grown that when we think of our masculine and feminine energy, we don't think of the masculine and feminine that existed in us as children. We always think about like, yeah, now I'm gonna build it, and I'm gonna be chaos, or whatever the things that people say the masc and fem are. But society makes little boys do act a certain way, and so even in ourselves, we see masculinity in a certain way. Our masculinity is our crown chakra, our femininity is our root chakra. And finding a way to mend those together through the chakras and create this convergence of this powerhouse inside of you is what we have to do. And here they're walking hand in hand, frolicking through doing the same thing. Because look, frolicking through this little pathway, they're going to get flowers. Boys don't like flowers. Look, this little girl's in her white dress. Look, she's barefoot out in the dirt. Girls don't do that. You know, society stuff. But they're just being. And what I notice is like, little boys are highly emotional. They're more emotional than girls. But in society, we force them to be the least emotional. So then, a lot of times, grown people are talking to their inner baby masculine very rudely. Like, quit crying, quit feeling that way. Oh my God, you know? And it's something that's ingrained in us. And then here, a lot of times with our little baby feminine too, we're doing the same thing of, oh, you're getting dirty or whatever, sit with your legs closed, whatever thing it is that they've put on these two separate things, as opposed to just a combination of them having fun and having a good time. Everybody wants to think about the man protecting the woman from a wolf or something. But what about the little boy that comes up with a flower and protects a little girl from having a bad day? That is still masculine energy. And we're still using boy girl terms because that's as good as you're gonna get from me early in the morning. And even then in the night too. I would love to call myself an ally, but I think I'm a fumbling ally, you know? Not fumbling allyship, but like sometimes I'm gonna say the wrong thing and you're gonna have to, just you don't have to. But if you care to continue the relationship with me, let me know. Or you can hold it on the inside, it's whatever, I don't care. This is something. What is up with this dog though? Loyalty, anxiety. And look, these kids aren't even looking at her. Year of the dog. Maybe you might be year of the dog. Coming from the birch trees, you can ride on birch. Alright, y'all. I've done my whole mind has dwindled down. Like I feel like less pressure in my mind now. I feel a bit of an ease, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I'm gonna say have a beautiful day, and if any of that made any sense to you, I don't remember anything now. I'm literally trying to reach back. Hold on, give me a second. It's fine. I'll remember it in a second when I meant to. But whatever came, happy you heard it. I'm happy you were able to hear it. It's possible that you've been hearing these things already. But it might be the first time you're able to listen to it. Or for it to soak in. And what I want to leave you with is sometimes soil gets so dry that when you put water on it, that it becomes hydrophobic. And the water beads up. Becomes these beautiful little marbles, these pebbles. But eventually, if you wait long enough, then that'll soak in. And then the next time you add more water, it's easier to take it in. I know it may be hard for you to water your own soil right now because it's so hydrophobic. And maybe you definitely don't want anybody else to water it for you, or for the rain to come and water it for you. But after that first initial bit where it's a little uncomfortable because your soil is spreading and expanding and cracking, and kind of like whenever you have really cracked lips and you finally put an ointment on it and it kind of soaks in, you can feel it soaking, but it feels good and burny and all the things. It's okay to be afraid of the journey. It's okay to not feel like you're ready for things. It's okay to have a little bit of a delay. A lot of times that is on purpose divinely. Especially like this is the Akashic Tarot. We're talking about Akashic Records here. What the heck in pooping? Again, this is what was at the bottom of the deck, by the way, whenever I stopped shuffling, but whenever I first opened the deck, and this was at the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Forces, this lightning bolt. I didn't read it last time, I don't think. Okay, this is really it. I'm going to do this, I'm going to read this, and then I'm signing off, okay? I'll read the upright, the reverse, and the Akashic Force. And I will leave you with whatever Akashic Force this is, okay? And then y'all have a beautiful day. Gosh dang it. It's fine. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I am not cursing this energy at all. It's like, I'm signing off. Of course, you should sign off too. We're a duo. Me talking to my cards. Okay, Eight of Forces. Is the lightning bolt. Lightning bolt 182. Maybe I did read this. Upright. The lightning bolt illuminates a stormy night. A stormy night sky, striking a tree down to its core. Ooh. Puddles of rain pool around the ground. Oh, it's puddles. This card shows that it's a time of splitting apart, a time of loss, disappointment, or even a metaphorical death. You may be feeling wounded, grieved, or gravely disappointed. The loss could be a career opportunity, romantic relationship, partnership, creative project, or friendship. Oof, I know how that goes. At first glance, the event may seem sudden or unexpected, but in the light that flashes, we see the deep puddles of a storm that has been going on for some time. Yeah, because I thought it was a lake. Look how deep that puddle is. I thought that was a lake. You've probably been aware of the threat or difficulty at some time, at some level, even if you were unwilling to acknowledge it before. Now it's time to accept the situation and not fight what's so. There is benefit coming, but it often takes an ending to bring forth a new beginning and a storm to cleanse the field. It is saying again and again, like, whatever severings, whatever you're leaving behind at the old world to go to the new world. Because, like, it's two girls, it's two guys, they packed up, they're ready to go. That isn't everything that they have. They've decided what to take. Okay, the reverse. This is an exceptional time of dynamic force and energy. You may have suffered a loss, but the storm is dispersing. Some cleanup might be required, but it's time to set down new roots, to seek new ground and new growth. Apply your energy to whatever compels you now. Purpose, fulfillment. Like, it is like they are drilling it into you. If like literally, if it's not setting your heart on fire, I know you may feel weird about it, but like Aquarius and stuff like that, like what is unique to you? It sometimes, like I always say, like the things that might be fun to you might be spreadsheets. You might genuinely enjoy spreadsheets that everybody else thinks is so boring. Whatever is fun for you, whatever is sparking joy for you. This is the death that they're talking about. This is a split that needs to happen. And honestly, sometimes, like, actually, if there is a real death in your life that's happening, a lot of times that triggers so much change in the mindset and consciousness anyway. When somebody dies and they are no longer here, it's like all of a sudden the world feels empty and weird, and you can sense their absence in a different way. And that is a force that can motivate people to live in honor or in sadness or whatever, or just not exist for a little bit and be in the sadness, and sometimes the ultimate rest. Anyway, Akashic force. Imagine a lightning bolt striking nearby, leaving some destruction in its wake. Now, close your eyes. And with a deep breath, I want you to feel this energy. Keep breathing deeply. Feel the energy of lightning stir within you. With each breath in and out, feel the static electricity in your lungs, building a higher voltage each time. It's almost as if the finger of God is yours to employ. How do you want to direct this energy in your life? The Akashic is asking you. And I know this is frustrating. I know it's difficult because you're most likely finding me in a time in your life where things are just kind of destined for you, okay? I know that seems confusing because the universe keeps saying, do whatever you want. And you're like, that's too many options. Just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. Logical song comes up. Please tell me what we've learned. I know it sounds absurd. But, like, please tell us what we have learned to let me know who I'm supposed to be, please. It's so much easier when we know. But that's the trick. Is like the only reason why you'll know if it's right, if somebody tells you what you're supposed to be, is because you already have the answer in you. You have the answer key in you. That's how you're checking to see if the answer's right. Okay? Much love. Um, I'll catch you on the flip side.